Hey, so I have officially landed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and why is it so blurry? What the heck is going on here? Nighttime vibes. And it's a really cool house and some very cool pets, and I get to stay here for the next 10 days and explore the city. Storm in the mountains today, which meant that I had to take a massive southern detour through a whole lot of desert wash, as they call it, with a bunch of mountains and just me riding through the dust storms. So I'm really tired from like 8 hours on the road, but I got this very cool shirt in Scottsdale. So I wake up this morning on my southern vacation and there's snow on the ground. Isn't that funny? I come all the way down south and I try to avoid this big snowstorm in the mountains while I'm driving, and somehow it manages to sneak on over here in New Mexico, and I get up and there's snow on the ground. Not like a lot, it's already melting, and the sun has come out and it's a blue sky, so we're talking desert life here, right? Cold mornings, cold nights, really cold. But it's not like a balmy paradise compared to my Pacific Northwest home, where they're getting really sunny weather and beautiful springtime vibes. So I'm missing the spring in my favorite place, which I'm sad about. But it's nice to be here in this weird cactus-infested landscape. I like it. Welcome to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've learned a few things about this state. The state mascot is a chili pepper, dried red chili peppers especially. You see truckloads of them going down the highway. Dried red chili peppers, red hot chili peppers, and then dried green chili peppers too. Chili peppers are on the license plates. Chili peppers are in the food. Oh, and also the place is just color coded to like varying shades of brown, like terracotta brown, taupe brown, light beige, off-white, brown, and only brown. This is truly a brown town. So the only way you can get around this brown town is to, tone it down. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful kind of brown place. Brown, and there's muted greens, a lot of muted greens, and very big skies. Here's a little bit of the foliage. Adobe houses. That's what I was going to mention. They're called Adobe houses. They're made of this clay. It's rounded and very natural looking. Kind of want to live in a house like that. They have courtyards and lots of big windows soaking up all the light. Lots of open indoor outdoor space. So nice. And the other thing I wanted to say is that you know, this neighborhood, I'm in the foothills of the Sandia Mountains in Albuquerque here, and this neighborhood has been built to save the local landscape. So the principles of this neighborhood were that the houses were built in and amongst the natural landscape, and that's one of the qualifiers to living in this neighborhood, is that you have to leave the area around the trees and the stones and the grasses exactly as they were naturally. And the houses are built in and amongst all this ecosystem. And you know, it's interesting because in Canada, I've noticed so many times going through suburban neighborhoods that the developers they take everything down. They just cut down all the trees, all big, beautiful, majestic trees that have been standing there for 400 or 500 years, and they cut everything down, and then they build up a neighborhood. And the neighborhood has new trees, city trees, and shopping centers and all these things, and it's totally manufactured. And it makes me grieve every time I see a plot that's just raised of all its trees. And this neighborhood is living proof that an alternative approach is indeed possible and beautiful and natural, that we could actually choose to go into a landscape and just put houses in and amongst what is already there. And I guess the idea is that it's more expensive to do that, and this is, you know, a nice neighborhood. It's not a gated community, but it's a nice neighborhood. However, I think if we changed our standards, or if we had started out with mindfulness towards ecology in the first place in building homes, that if our approach had always been like this, and if we could change our approach to reflect these principles, that price would become less of a problem. There's ways that you could create multiple dwellings, like apartment buildings and stuff, while still leaving the natural ecosystem intact. And I think that, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, as we've proven with the Panama Canal and going to Mars and the moon and everything like that. So I think we could create affordable housing with an ecological perspective in mind, just like this. So here's sending out hope for the housing of humanity. Good morning. It's my third morning in Albuquerque, and it's sunny, and there are wind warnings coming up, severe red flag warnings. And then I look in the newspaper this morning, and there's been tornadoes, wildfires, and blinding dust sweeping across the US. And yes, I drove through 2 dust storms on the way here to Albuquerque. What is this? Missouri, Alabama, and then there's Arkansas. Well, my friends, some of you have expressed how brave I am in doing this road trip, and I've been like, I'm not brave, I'm just doing it, you know? I don't feel brave. And now I think maybe I am brave, because there's like tornadoes and dead people and wildfires and yeah, officials in Texas and Oklahoma. Dude, I'm camping in Amarillo, Texas next week, or the week after, and I'm going to Oklahoma City to do a house sit. So yeah, I hope that I can, you know, maneuver my little car in between all the disasters that are happening. And also it makes me, you know, I don't know if this is normal winter weather, but you know, climate change is a thing. And I don't know if that's going to be the biggest danger that I face on this trip over the next few months is climate change and all the disasters that's bringing about. Wish me luck. Yeah, so here I am enjoying one last melting New Mexico sunset. I'm gonna head back into Arizona land over the next few days, and I'm just reflecting on my time here in New Mexico and thinking about, you know, all the things I've learned about the history of this place and the wars and conflict that started at this place, and also the amalgamation and adaptation that has happened with the people here. And I don't know, I've had quite a bit of New Mexican food, and it's very enjoyable and delicious, and also like heavy beans, cheese, rice, and meat. Super tasty. Sauces, obviously. But I'm not exactly like the West Coast Asian style light fare that I'm used to. So what else have I learned? I've seen a lot of cacti. I've learned a lot about staying hydrated in such a dry place. I feel desiccated most of the time. And yeah, the people here are super friendly, super friendly, really kind customer service, and just everyone that I meet is really outgoing and very generous with their hearts, and I've really appreciated that, and I've learned a lot from it while I've been here.